Okay, well, I'm Craig Slagel from RunGo, and really two things. I love running, a big runner, and I worked in technology for many years. I worked at companies like EA and worked at a couple of visual effects companies, worked at Microsoft, and I wanted to try and take my running passion and my technology experience, do something different, and then actually quit my job, went back to school with the idea about I'm going to start a company, and I want to take those two passions together and try. Initially I tried a running game and it didn't work so well. That was the first experiment, and then I went eventually to RunGo, that's our current app, and that's what inspired me. So. It's tough. I mean, I think, you never realize when you start a company how hard and how much work it's going to be. It's also been really fun. I mean, there's lots of learning, lots of things. Like, okay, if I could go back in time, I'd do these 10 things different or that. But, I really enjoyed the whole journey. Started with one idea and that sparked another idea, that sparked another idea. I have my dog down here, and I was working on one running app and I got my dog, who's a retired guide dog, and he said, oh, you get lost over time, you should have an app that guides you. And that was the inspiration behind it. And that's been really fun along the journey. And then from there, kind of all the programs you go through. One thing that was great about Launch Academy was I was able to learn a lot about business I didn't know about, everything from lean entrepreneur and business model canvas, all these things that kind of help you with customer discovery. And I'm continuously discovering and learning more and using those tools and learning more tools. I'm not going to say there's one, there are ongoing challenges always. The first big challenge we had was a staffing challenge. I couldn't find people. We decided to do it, again, our app is a navigation app for runners. So I went with, hey, navigation, that's going to be fun. And I didn't realize how big of a challenge that would be. And just finding engineers who understood running, navigation systems, iOS, all these things we had to figure out, gave me a very, very limited talent pool. And it was a tremendous challenge just finding someone with that experience. I was actually really lucky. I actually found my engineer here at Launch Academy, and he was working for another company part-time as a contractor. And I was able to kind of talk to his boss, and we agreed to transfer him over, and he works for me now and works still part-time for the other company as well, so it's been really good. Can think of a couple. I mean, in just general life, I did a race back in 2010 called Tour de France, and I do what's called ultra marathons. So these are long distance marathons or long distance races. And this was the toughest race I've ever done. This race was in the Italian Alps. It was 330 kilometers. And it was really tough. And during that race, I got told 3 times I wasn't gonna make it to the next checkpoint in time. And it was well, I'm gonna just keep on trying. And I've always been unless someone tells me to stop, or I'm going to keep on going. And I kept going. I finished that race. I was 3rd from last. It took me almost 6.5 days to finish it, but I finished it, and that was from one of my big things. And then now with the company again, just kind of how far I've got and how much I've done. And whenever I hear about people who are using our app, recently had a blind person use the app. It was really exciting. And we had someone who said the app literally saved her life because she was going the wrong way, and the app told her she was going the wrong way on this trail in the mountains, and she realized and turned around and went the right way. But she was going to be completely lost without it, because she said, I had no idea I was going the wrong way. I'm really inspired to help people, and so a couple of things we've done is, with our company, we always try and do as much as we can for charity. So when we launched the app, so it was inspired by my retired guide dog, our first event was a a run for BC guide dogs. And we did that last year for the kind of official launch of the app. And we had like 100 people running around Stanley Park using our app. We had some blind people with their dogs using the app as well, and everyone made it back. And that one we raised about, I think we raised just over $2,800 the first year. We did the event again this year, and we raised almost $7,000. So. Yeah, don't go into be an entrepreneur to make money. Find something you're really, really passionate about. Find a problem that you want to solve, or a product you really want, and you 100% believe in it. Because if you don't believe in it 100%, there's a lot of people going to tell you your idea is stupid, or your idea is good or bad, or I love it when people love our idea, but I also have people like, why would I use this? What's the point? And you have to be so passionate that those things don't bother you, and you kind of keep going through. You have to be willing to accept, no, and then ask for the next person. And there's going to be a lot of talking to people, but you have to be really, really passionate. You have to have a lot of energy. You have to be willing to put a lot in. You have to be willing to make sacrifices. Do a lot less fun things. Luckily, I really enjoy what I do for my job, so that's okay. But if you're not having fun and not loving it and not passionate, I wouldn't do it. Yeah, I love the learning part of it. I love that every day I go in to the office or I work on something and I'm always learning something new. When you run a company, you are a bit of everything. And at the moment I'm learning about marketing and SEO and advertising, and I'm always learning about new engineering stuff and design concepts. I always learn about new things all the time. I'm also excited that I'm building something, a product that I use, I'm passionate about, my friends like, and just being having that kind of opportunity to kind of expand yourself within a company is really fun. There's no limits when you're an entrepreneur. When you're working for another company, you're limited by kind of where you can go. But there are no limits as an entrepreneur. You can go wherever you want to go. It's what you put in, it's what you get out.